As a society, especially in the United States as a consumer-driven economy, it's astoundingly easy to fall into debt. Ask for some widget or service, and you will find someone willing to finance it for you. Thus, it should naturally be a key question we should all ask ourselves: if I want to be successful, how much debt is too much? Hello, I'm Pat Zumbush, your YouTube CFP. If the question of how much debt is on your mind, or you just want to be helpful and educate those you love on some insightful guidance, then this video is for you. As a definition, debt is anything when you need to make payment back for something you bought or are buying. We generally refer to debt meaning things paid back over time. Thus, charging something on your credit card is just a way of buying your monthly groceries. But if you don't pay your credit cards off each month, then it's defined as debt. Financially speaking, debt is the opposite of investing, because with debt, you are paying out something to have the debt, generally called interest expense, and thereby you are denying your investments the fuel they need to grow, your own investments, called your return on your portfolio, because you are instead using the money for something else rather than your future self. Said differently, your debt is someone else's investment. Let's start that 3-minute money timer and talk about how much debt is too much and the wrong types. Overall, in a nutshell, your debt cannot be so much that payments on it exceed 38% of your monthly income. That figure can be broken down into two pieces. Your home mortgage, or your rent payment, should never exceed 28% of your monthly income. That 28% includes your principal and your interest expense, as well as your accrued monthly property taxes and insurance. If it's more than 28%, you bought too big a house, or you have too high of an interest rate. All your other debts from any source should not exceed 10%. That includes car payments, student loans, loans from family, or lines of credit from a bank, and vendor repayments for things like air conditioning units, etc. One high-level perspective tip: your income is 100% of what you can spend. Taxes take 20% of your income, plus or minus, and you are supposed to save 10% to finally quit working someday and to be good to your future self. Thus, just adding up the above factors, you can see that we're already at 68% of your money spent. 38% plus 20% plus 10% equals 68%. Hopefully you can see readily that we have hit the 2/3 point of the cash bucket, and we haven't gotten yet to food, retirement, buying your loved one a birthday present. If I'm a good person and trying to create freedom in your life, then having 68% or more of your money bottled up is way too much. That can be depressing, and it absolutely adds stress to people's lives. Before I go, let me add 4 other bullet points of what I think is bad debt. Number 1, unpaid or carryover credit card balances of any sort are bad. These unpaid balances kill your credit score and put you and your family under stress. Number 2, layaway items. Those are just cheap financing lures to get you into trouble. If you can't afford to pay cash for something, just don't buy it. You're kidding yourself. Number 3, student loan debt that exceeds 1 to 2 times your annual expected salary when you graduate. It's hard to get out from under that rock, and colleges push debt because it pays for lots of professor salaries and bloated administrative staff. I think education is great, but you must set your own limits, because the truth is, not all those education institutions have your best interest at heart. And finally, number 4, margin interest on your investments is generally a bad idea. It sounds sexy and smart, but when you have that wave breaking over you, you can't get out of the way fast enough. Please note that in all the above explanations, I did not say no debt is the wise thing to do. You just want to have the right amount of debt and the right kind of debt if you're going to be financially successful. That's it for this session. As always, thank you for letting me help you do wise things with your money.